it's Kristen from ComeSaveAway.com, and right now I'm going to show you how I get vegetables for super cheap, vegetables and fruit for super cheap, and how I make them last for the entire winter, which is hard to do. But as many of you know, if you were to go to like Target or Meijer or Kroger or whatever store is by you, the fruits and vegetables are like way expensive, like way super duper expensive. Like it's absolutely insane. And unless you have a coupon, like a specific coupon, like sometimes Meijer runs deals to where certain fruits are 10 for 10 or 11 for 10, and sometimes Target has like the mobile coupons that you can use on some fruits and some vegetables. But if you don't have one of those, as many of you know, fruits and vegetables are way expensive, and the coupons are so rare to actually find that it's hard to coupon for them. And unless you have one of those coupons, or you're shopping at a store like Walmart that will give you an overage and you can use the overage of another item that you had a coupon for. I'm really sorry about that noise in the background, it's my dogs. But unless you have an overage from a coupon on another item that you bought to use towards buying your fruits and vegetables, you're going to have a hard time. Like, it's really hard. But I am going to show you how I do it. So one of the best ways to save money on fruits and vegetables that I have found is shopping at a farmer's market. Because a farmer's market's generally, I mean, check your prices, but generally speaking, they're cheaper than normal stores. Plus, if you want to stock up for winter or just stock up on fruits and vegetables that you're able to freeze or can in general, it's a great thing to do, and that's what I'm doing with this corn. I'm freezing it. And I'll show you some of the other vegetables and stuff that I got, and I'll tell you the prices, because I got all of this corn here for under $4. I paid, it was more or less 2 bags for $1.99, because it was, you get 1 bag, you stuff it with as much corn as you can, and I filled mine up. I filled them up. I'm very proud of this. I got a lot of corn here. I am like super proud of this. My husband walked in when he saw all this. He's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "We'll have corn all winter long. Yay!" But that aside, so the best way, like I said, is to shop at a farmer's market, because they're generally cheaper. You can get fresh and local fruit most of the time, or vegetables. And it's just, I mean, I just like it. It's the best advice that I can give you to save on fruits and vegetables. Like, for instance, these bags were $1.99 a bag, and you filled it with as much corn as you can, and I like stuffed mine full because I wanted to get the most that I could for my money. I mean, who doesn't want that? That's like a reasonable thing for anybody to want. But it was $1.99 a bag, and then if you bought 1 bag, you got 1 free. I love those sales. I just love those sales, especially at a farmer's market. So I got all of this corn for under $4. Yes, can you believe it? I mean, I can, because I bought it. So find a good farmer's market near you, and you guys will be able to save a ton on, well, corn, hopefully, but a ton on other fruits and vegetables as well. Hi, I'm Kristen from ComeSaveAway.com, and I'm really excited because this is my first video post. I've had a few other blog posts, but my first video post in my series of over 50 ways to save over $50. So if you're not familiar with the series, be sure to stop on my blog and check out some of the other posts I have. But the whole concept and point of this series is that I have over 50 ways for you to save over $50 within a year. So if you do each one of them, you're going to save a minimum of $2,500 that you would have probably spent. But you guys, okay, I have 2 puppies that obviously are not behaving. So the whole point of the series is so that you can save money. Oh my goodness, stop it. Knock it off. So this is Cece. I found that the best way to really barking at the neighbor, stop. The best way to get them to stop is to separate them. So, with that said, not to look like an evil villain here, but the best way that you can save money is, that I have found on fruits and vegetables, is to save money at farmers markets. And if you shop at a farmers market, you can generally get things for pretty cheap, which, from my experience, obviously, I mean, who doesn't want to get things for cheap? I don't know. I think everybody would want to get things for cheap. So if you shop at a farmer's market, you can save a ton of money. As I'm sure you saw, I think in the previous video with the corn, I was able to get over 71 ears of corn for under $4, which I know I'm not going to eat right away, but when you freeze them, which I did, I'll eat them all winter long. So I end up saving money that I would have been paying almost $1 an ear for the corn in the winter. I would have saved. So that the corn alone would have saved me the $50. But you can also save on a ton of other things. I have to set you down, Cece. For instance, I made pickles here, and my first way that I'm doing on this video is shopping at farmers markets. And my second way, this is a 2-for-1 kind of deal here, because I'm a coupon person. My second way is canning. But my first way is shopping at the farmers market. So if you shop at the farmers markets, you do save a ton of money. This is probably about maybe just over half of the cucumbers that I got that I put in these jars. And I was given a basket, which the farmers market gives you, and you can fill up the basket with as many pickles as you can possibly make fit in this basket. And you pay like $6 for it is what I did. And this was just over half, so I still have a ton of cucumbers. And I just happened to pickle these. And I did the same thing for the tomatoes. It was like a basket about this big and probably about that high that you could fill with as many tomatoes as you can fit, and you pay $5 for that. And there's watermelon that's $2.50 a piece, and I ended up getting 3 because it was buy 2, get 1 free. And I'm a coupon person, and I love watermelon, and that I'm not freezing watermelon. I don't even know if you can do that. But I eat a ton of watermelon, and watermelon's expensive. If I were to buy the same watermelon at my local grocery store at Kroger that I went to, it's like almost $5, if not more than $5, just for the one. And I got 3 for that price. So shopping at farmers markets are amazing. And I know I ended up also I got potatoes. I got 50 pounds of potatoes, which I know is a lot, but we eat a lot of potatoes over here. So, I mean, and potatoes don't really go bad that easily. So I bought them, and I only paid $12 for it. So, I mean, you can save a ton of money shopping at farmers markets. And that's my first piece of advice. I know you can save over $50 just by shopping at a farmers market, because I know I did that alone with my last trip to the farmers market. So, with that said, my second method for saving over 50 ways, for saving over $50, I mean, is canning. And if you watched my Weeby Jammin' video, you know that the whole point of canning is to buy the fruits or the vegetables when they're in season at their lowest price in bulk, and to make them into whatever you plan on using them for. Or just can them, like this right here. This is just tomatoes. It's just canned tomatoes. And my husband, he'll make chili with this during the winter. What we do is we'll make salsa with tomatoes, we'll make spaghetti sauce with tomatoes, and I don't have it up here because it's all downstairs in my basement. So here we have applesauce, and I have all of these filled with applesauce. These 2 boxes here I have filled with strawberry and raspberry jam. If you watched my Weeby Jammin' video, you'd know how to make it. And here I have all of these filled with spaghetti sauce. My husband and I make our own spaghetti sauce, and we eat it throughout the winter, and this is all filled with spaghetti sauce. And over here I have all of this with canned tomatoes. So as you can see, we have a ton of different items that we can, on top of the pickles that I have already showed you that are upstairs and still have to come down. Okay, so as you saw, I can a lot of items. I can applesauce. I make my own applesauce, and I can it. We make our own spaghetti sauce, and we can it, my husband and I. We make our own salsa, and we can it. We make our own jam, which you saw in the Weeby Jammin' video, and I can it. And that's what we eat during the winter for fruits and vegetables, because it's just cheaper that way for us. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to just buy things in bulk at rock bottom prices when they're in season and preserve them in a way that you can use for throughout the winter. Obviously, you could use all the other ways in which you preserve things. You could just run down to the supermarket and buy some applesauce that's down there, or you could just buy spaghetti sauce, or you could just buy pickles. But I'm a big fan of canning, not only because it saves my family a ton of money. Like, I can't even stress that enough. I'm a big savings addict, and boy oh boy does canning save us a lot of money. But not only is it saving money, but you make it. I mean, it's a lot of fun to make, and I know most of you probably are like, yeah, my great Aunt Gertrude used to can. Why would I want to can? It's the new century. It's the new age. We do things differently now. But this is an old way that saves you money, and it's actually very effective, and it's very good because you know what goes into this. Because you buy the fruits and the vegetables, You buy the items that you put in. When we made pickles, we bought this stuff. We know that it just has the pickles, the garlic, the dill, or the pickles. I didn't buy pickles. I bought cucumbers and I pickled the cucumbers. I don't know why I keep saying pickles, but we know everything that went in here because we put it in there. And that's something that I like a lot. I like it a lot more than going down to the store and buying something that has a ton of preservatives in it, which, you know, I'll still do. But if I can make it, I'd much rather make it because then I know what goes into it. And, well, I have a couple food allergies, so I mean, I like that a lot because of that, because I like knowing what goes into it. But it's very helpful. And it saves you money, it's fun, you can can a ton of different things. My next thing I want to do is I want to learn how to make pickled beans, which I didn't even know you could pickle beans, which I know is probably a stupid statement. But I didn't know you could. My neighbor gave me some pickled beans and they were like out of this world good. So the next time I go to the farmer's market that I got all this stuff from, I'm buying a lot of beans and we're making pickled beans because it just sounds like fun. And they were really good, they're fun to snack on, and it's just very helpful. So those are 2 ways on my over 50 ways to save over $50. And if you do both of those, you can save at least $100, I know. Because my family has saved that much at least by doing this. Because what we do is we buy it in bulk and we can it, or we preserve it, or we make it, or we make it into something. We make it into spaghetti sauce, or we make it into salsa, or pickles, or jam, or applesauce. And we'll can it and it lasts all winter long. I'm so sorry that my dogs have been misbehaving through this entire video. If you see the little brown guy, I don't know if you can see him, his name's Ozzy. He's a cutie pie. It's my baby boys. But, now that I've digressed, sorry guys. But you can save over at least $100. I know you can save at least $100 shopping at farmers markets and then canning the items that you got at farmers markets. Because I know I saved that by doing this alone. So that's 2 more ways for over 50 ways to save over $50. And be sure to check back and find out more ways to save over $50 throughout the year. And be sure to stop by ComeSaveAway.com and find all of the good coupon deals.